Hello, my name is Richard Bloom of Richard Bloom Hypnotherapy. Today I want to talk to you about anxiety and depression. Primarily, let's talk about anxiety first because it affects vast amounts of people. Anxiety affects people in many different ways. The sort of anxiety that classically affects people is that one that makes the heart thuddy and stomach churning and overwhelms them in the moment. Anything can trigger anxiety depending on the sorts of things that worry you, that cause you concern. For some people, it's just going outside. Walking outside is causing a lot of people anxiety due to COVID and being at home for many months. The outside world is very frightening and can cause people anxiety. And their stomach starts to churn over, their heart starts to thud, their mouth dries up, and their mind starts to race and they can't think straight. These are panic attacks and cause people to feel as though sometimes they're having a heart attack. I had a client who was walking through the street and just going shopping, and she had a panic attack that was so powerful that she was absolutely certain she was going to die. She ended up in a hospital and she overheard the surgeons talking about, the doctors talking about the fact that she's going to need a test to make sure her heart's okay. And just the word that she's going to have a test to check out her heart caused her to have another panic attack. By the time I saw her, she hadn't actually left her room in her home properly for over 2 months. 2 months stuck in the room because of the panic attacks. We had to work with her and enable her to let them go. And now she leaves her room, she leaves her home, she goes out and about, and she's feeling far less anxious, far less triggered. Anxiety and panic attacks can dominate your life and take away your ability to have a good quality life. Depression is a reaction to, again, being overwhelmed with life, not being able to cope. Coping mechanisms stretched to and beyond their ability to cope with life. And in the end, the only way to cope is to disappear under the duvet and never really want to leave it. So what do we do at Richard Bloom Hypnotherapy to end your depression, to end the anxiety? The first thing we do is that we promise we're not going to take it away. We're not going to take away the depression. We're not going to take away your anxiety. Why? Because these reactions are protection systems designed to protect you. Yes, depression is a protection. It pulls you away from life. It takes you away from the situation you can't cope with. My job is to enable you to become strong enough, happy enough, and at peace enough to let them go. Let's compare depression and anxiety to a protection system, just like a crutch protects someone who has a broken leg. Now, if you're walking around and you've got a broken leg or you've got a cast on, you know you've got to support yourself. Make sure that leg gets a chance to heal. My job is to help you heal that leg, to do the physio, to do the hard work, to rebuild that leg and make it strong, so that one day you let that crutch lean against the wall and you go and make yourself a cup of tea or put the kettle on. And then you take a few more steps and a few more steps. And in the end, that crutch is leaning against the wall all the time, collecting dust, because you're so strong, you've let go of the anxiety, the stress, the depression.